agriculture is a diverse and growing industry. With more than 60,000 jobs in Alberta, new innovations are taking root on the farm, sparking a revolution in agriculture as new technology, challenges, and opportunities arise every day. Alberta's farmers, ranchers, producers, and scientists are at the leading edge of this revolution.
I think the biggest piece of advice would be to never be afraid to challenge yourself and say yes to opportunities, even if they are uncomfortable and scare you. And I'd also say be honest. Always be honest with those that you work with. Never be afraid to admit you don't know something or are uncomfortable. And also be honest with yourself. If you feel uncomfortable or unhappy, don't be afraid to explore that and change whatever that is, whether it's a relationship, a job, a location where you live. Don't be afraid to change.
My advice to anybody starting their career in ag is to work hard, give back, volunteer, build up your resume. I'll often hire people and they'll only have a degree, but I want to see what else they'll do. What'll they do outside of work to help and give back? Whether it's a volunteer opportunity, whether it's job experiences, just make sure that you're working hard.
The biggest advice I would have is confidence. Just be confident in yourself, in your own skills, in your own education and what you know. And don't be afraid to speak up because, you guys are like the future of Canadian agriculture and you have a lot to add and contribute to the industry. But it's also important to take the time and step back and think, whoa, is there anything I can learn from this? Can I take anything in? Because often you're going to be in a room or working with, farmers that have been in the industry 40 plus years or more. So you can learn a lot from them, but also don't be shy, be confident, and you can always, maybe teach someone else something or something like that. So just be confident.
I've never worked with cattle before, and I was so scared to come and work on the feedlot, but it's really one of the best jobs I've ever had, and I don't think I would be happy, honestly, doing anything else. You can literally do whatever you want all day and get lots of stuff done. Just because you're a girl doesn't mean you can't work with cattle, doesn't mean you can't run a loader, doesn't mean you can't run a great big truck, because I didn't think I could, and I learned it in under an hour. So don't be afraid to expand your horizons.
Don't be afraid of being a beginner. Everybody who's great in agriculture started somewhere. They started at the bottom. They started soil testing like I did, or maybe shoveling bins, or maybe even they weren't in agriculture at all. They just wanted to be interested in growing food and fiber and feed for animals. So don't be afraid of trying new things, making mistakes, being a beginner. Start somewhere. Be curious. Be honest. If you don't know something, ask somebody. Like I said before, agriculture is so willing to share their experiences and the pros and cons of what they've done, their mistakes, their failures, as well as their successes. And build that network, build that group of people that you can rely on and share that information with, because it's going to take you a long way.
First of all, you want to not really make any preconceived judgments as to what the job is going to be. Be ready to think outside the box a little bit, change paths a little bit, and also a little bit of fearless, performance behavior. Don't be afraid to try new things. That's the biggest advice.
I wish somebody would tell me, figure out what you want. So that's one of the most important things you can do. And I think that what you want can change over time, and that's okay. But you have to have a clear mind about what you want. And so then you're not following other people's steps or paths in life. The second thing will be make a lot of mistakes. Be sure to be comfortable with making mistakes and kind of having failures, because at the end I think after you get very used to it, you kind of understand that most things are not a big deal and they help you, actually there are opportunities for growing.
An ingredient that's really helped in my career has probably been making connections And even though it's awkward when I was first starting out, approaching strangers and to ask for their advice, I think that really took me a long way. And it's a cliche, but it's not necessarily what you know, but who you know.
Agriculture is leading the way. We are all agriculture.
I am 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 agriculture.